Hello. Oh my god,
everyone.
I already told Sydney about my hectic day, but I'm going to reiterate. I woke up at a decent time, I did pretty good. And then Jonathan wouldn't get out of bed with me, so I laid there for like an hour. And then I had to go babysit for like 4 hours. And the last hour, she was like, oh yeah, just do this one thing and then you can leave. I was like, okay, great. I did the one thing, and then she was like, oh, actually, do this one more thing, then you can leave. And I was like, okay. And she kept doing this for like a full 30 minutes, just tricking my brain into thinking that I was going to get to leave, and I didn't get to leave. And then my nephew came over for 3 hours unexpectedly, and good thing my husband cleaned the house, or that would have stressed me out. And it's been a wild ride today, so I'm ready to get some reading done and
Chill. Yeah, I'm excited to read too.
Yeah, although you said you've had a productive day.
Yeah, I think I've actually read like 70 pages already today. But other than that, I had to drop something off at my parents' house, and then went to the store. What else did I do? Got lunch, cleaned up the house. And yeah, I can't remember what else. I think I just organized. I did organizing my books and stuff.
Oh, nice. Oh, I love that feeling of organizing.
Yeah.
Books. I would do it every day if it wasn't so time consuming.
Yeah. It's very a very calming activity though.
Yeah, it's really therapeutic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could listen to an audiobook for hours while just pulling books and putting them back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You said you got lunch, as in you made lunch at home, or you went and got lunch?
Yeah, we actually got Chick-fil-A today too. I know you had said that. You got it.
Mm-hmm. What did you get? Let's see if I ordered the same. I doubt it though.
No, I got the Cobb salad.
I always got that.
Really?
Yes, I always get Cobb salad with ranch.
Yeah, that's how I get it too. It's actually so good. And then I had to get fries too, so I got them. But yeah, it was really tasty.
Yes, I always add fries to it too. I'm like, oh yeah, a salad, I'm gonna be healthy, and then my body's just really screaming carbs, and I'm like, okay, have some French fries. Yeah, I got the Chick-fil-A Deluxe with fries, and then they asked me, this happens to me all the time at Chick-fil-A, they ask me what sauces I want, and I'm like, oh, I would like ranch and buffalo, and they're like, cool, got it. And every single time they give me buffalo and Polynesian. I'm like, do those words sound similar?
Random, and how does that happen every single time?
I don't understand. I'm like, ranch, Polynesian. They have different syllables. Like, what are you hearing? It makes me so angry. And this time when I got my Chick-fil-A, I was already hangry. And so the fact that they didn't give me the right sauces, I was like, I hate Chick-fil-A. I was so mad.
The fact that you don't get Chick-fil-A sauce though?
I usually do, but I really only get Chick-fil-A sauce with nuggets, with the deluxe. It's just weird for me to get Chick-fil-A sauce. And then I'm an extra weirdo. Okay, some of y'all are about to leave this live right now, I swear.
Oh, no.
I like Chick-fil-A mayonnaise on Chick-fil-A fries.
I didn't even know they had mayonnaise. I mean, I guess they do, but I've never thought to get a side of mayonnaise.
Yeah. My friend, one of my childhood friends, taught me that when I was 12, and I can't stop.
Interesting.
It actually tastes really good, but do not use just mayonnaise out of a jar on French fries. It doesn't mesh. It's only Chick-fil-A mayonnaise, only Chick-fil-A fries. My husband wants to disown me because I do that. But
interesting. I might try it sometime because I like to try new things like that. But that's funny.
Pretty good. I mean, my sister likes it too. Like, it can't be that weird.
No.
Like, I've heard of people so.
I've heard of weirder things too, so that's fine.
Weirder? Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, no, not weirder. Hello. I figured I should probably say hi. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is so nice. It's because I actually tried today. I usually don't.
I didn't. I'm in my sweatsuit thing here. And
I think it's cute.
I'm ready to get all comfy, so.
Yes. Yes, comfy and cozy is the vibe today.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. My husband eats it like that. Like Chick-fil-A mayonnaise and fries. Is this what we're talking about? Because, see? If that's what she's saying, then I'm not alone here because it's a thing. It is a thing. Yeah, I have heard of like really weird food combinations though. My brother, when he was little, used to do like some weird stuff. Like he would take his apple slices and he would dip them in his milk. And I was like,
I've seen kids do some things like that. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he was like 5, granted, but like still, I was like, bro, no, that is not how you eat that. Okay, I'm not alone.
Wow. Yeah, it's so like that's such a random thing. That's funny that. Else.
I love both of y'all, but I always miss the sprints. Oh, I see. Okay, for everybody else, the typo. But oh my gosh, I love you also. But yeah, I always do mine at weird times, to be honest. Like I always do mine during the day because days usually work best for me. But I was like, I think most people are good at nighttime. So I don't know why, but it doesn't feel like a Friday. I feel you on that actually. For some reason, today felt like a Thursday or like a Tuesday, like one of those really weird days of the week. It's really what it felt like.
I thought yesterday. Well, I thought yesterday was Friday.
Yeah.
So I guess today feels like Saturday to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It never feels like any of the days of the week for me.
You're not the first person to say that today.
Really?
Because the lady that I was babysitting for, she's like, I totally thought yesterday was Friday, and I thought you just didn't show up. And I was like, no, today's Friday. I'm so sorry. Like, you should have just contacted me if I don't ever show up. That would be terrible. We met working there, and everyone at Chick-fil-A would do that. Okay, then it's a Chick-fil-A thing. Listen, I worked at Chick-fil-A for like a whole 3 months. It was not my cup of tea. I did not like working there. But that is so cute that you met working there. I love that. I really do. And honestly, me all the time. My texting is horrendous. Yeah, what is everybody reading, actually? That's a thing to ask. I'm reading Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin, and I'm also listening to White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson on audio, so I'm probably going to finish that during sprints and then hop over to this. Maybe I can finish both books. Am I a girl boss? We will see today.
That would be awesome if you could. How much do you have left of the audio?
Like a little over an hour, I think.
Oh, wow. Are you liking it?
I am. Like for a YA, I feel like it's pretty scary. And because it's like a haunted house kind of vibe, it really is giving me, there's moments that's giving me Haunting of Hill House vibes. So, at least from the show.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah, it's giving me those vibes.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know if the audiobook was going to be good because I have that physically, and I just didn't know how it was going for you listening to the audiobook. But that's cool.
It is pretty good.
I'm excited. I'm reading The Nature of Witches. Janelle and I are buddy reading it, so if she's finishing it tonight, then I guess I'm finishing it tonight too.
if you know. Yeah.
I'm like halfway through.
Okay, that's about me too. What page are you on?
166.
Okay, so you're like literally like less than 10 pages behind me.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. Yeah, we can finish it totally. Maybe.
I don't know if easy is the right word, but
It might not have been the best word choice.
it's an easy read for sure. I'm
Yeah.
a reader, so we'll see.
Oh my gosh. Sarah's reading Layla by Colleen Hoover. How is that going for you? Because I've heard mixed reviews about this book, so I am interested to know. Might Start Normal People. I hope you enjoy it. Sydney, did you read that one?
Mm-hmm. Did you?
Okay. I didn't read that one only because Mel hated it so much that I was like, I can't even dip my toes into that.
Yeah, I did not like it either, but I hope you're enjoying it.
Maybe going at it a different approach. I think maybe people that are liking it are coming at it with a different expectation.
Yeah, definitely don't go into it with the expectation of it being a romance.
Yeah, because Chloe from Books with Chloe liked it a lot. She's like loving Sally Rooney, but Mel, which are like the two top people that I follow, Mel is like not about it. So
yeah, Chloe definitely has a weird reading taste. I feel like
she does. I feel like probably a year ago, our reading taste was very similar. And then I feel like this year it started to morph a little bit. And I'm like, okay, wait, I don't know if I like that.
She's definitely changed in her reading tastes.
Yeah. I think she's maturing in her reading taste, though. Because it's almost as if, I don't even know if maturing is the right word, but it's almost as if like she's more into like the classics and like the complex writing and all that. I'm just more like, give me something light and fluffy that I can read in 2 days.
Yeah. I love seeing that, though. When their reading tastes like evolves, I love to see that. So she like used to read all fantasy, and then now she's like you said, super into classics and romance and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
So strange. Starting Aragon tonight. I have that and should have read it months ago because I borrowed it from someone, but I haven't done that. Hi, I'm supposed to get ready for my new second job, night shift. Oh, gosh. I'm also a full-time teacher. Holy wow.
Wow.
But I won't be able to sleep, so I'll be reading Fire with Fire by Destiny Soria. Soria? I think that's how you say that.
Soraya, I don't know. I have that book too. I got that in the Fairy Loot box.
Oh, yep.
So I hope it's good. Hope you're enjoying it.
Yeah, definitely. Also, your second job is a night shift job? Wow, you are killing it over there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how people do night shifts. I would fall asleep.
I also don't know how people do full-time teacher. Full-time teaching.
No.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah. Well, what grade do you teach? That I feel like is an important question because there's definitely an age group that I just would be like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Probably my least favorite of her books, though. It's not really saying a lot, though, because her romance books are literally favorites. Yeah, I've heard that Layla isn't her best. I've heard a few people.
Is that one more of a thriller?
I think that one has like thriller vibes to it, and I think that's why people don't like it as much.
I've not looked into that one at all. I mean, I hardly ever hear about it because all her other ones are talked about so much. So
yeah, it came up on somebody's YouTube channel one time, and I heard their little like review of it, and they were like, it wasn't that great. Maybe it was Books and Layla. Is that her channel name? Books and
Lala.
Lala, yeah. Maybe it was her channel.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't know. I watched the first half of the show, and I really enjoyed it, so I feel like I'm going to enjoy it. That's great.
Yeah, I haven't watched the show.
I have not seen the show. I didn't even know there was a show, actually.
You didn't?
No, I'm really absolutely on the show.
Hulu, I believe.
Oh, okay.
That's I don't know if I would ever watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Oh, I see. It just doubled. Okay. Yes, got it from
Fairy Loot.
Oh, Fairly. Okay. If my brain literally went floored up because I
I
literally,
know. I did at first too.
I don't know. I had like an aneurysm or something just. Yeah, my hubby is invalid for now. Big mental illness right now. I gotcha. So it's that or the street. Yeah, don't do that. So second job of his, I chose night shifts because I still want to spend some time with my 5-year-old son during the weekend. Oh, I love that. I teach music from 1st grade to 6th grade. That is so cute.
Oh, music's fun.
Yeah, I remember music class in elementary school. It's like one of my favorites. And yes, it's a thriller. Okay. That is what I
I'd be very interested to try it because, I mean, if people are saying it's not that great, then I probably wouldn't love it more than I loved Verity by her.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to at least look more into it because I don't even know what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely
I'm actually
an interesting one.
I don't know if I have it marked
I
to
feel like-
read on Goodreads or not.
Yeah. I feel like when authors are like set in a genre and then they like try to write outside the genre, like part of me is like, go you, like chase it. But at the same time, I'm like, I think there's a reason people love your books in this genre. Like, I think it's because you're like, venturing, I think, is just, I also am not a venturer though. Like, I'm just like, I don't think that's going to work, so I'm not even going to try. What is y'all's favorite book by Colleen Hoover? I actually have not read any Colleen Hoover yet. Don't tell anybody, but I'm going to be reading one this month for a secret vlog I'm doing. So we'll see how it goes. But I have not read anything by Colleen Hoover. I know you have.
Yeah, I've just read Verity, so I guess that one's my favorite.
That one's another like thriller-ish.
But that one's really good.
I've heard a lot of good things about that one.
Yeah, it's really good. The ending, like, and the plot twist at the end, like, wasn't the best for me to give it a 5-star. I gave it 4.5 or 4.75 or something. But the whole book as a whole was really good. So I marked Layla as want to read on my Goodreads because apparently I didn't have it marked as that.
Yeah, I just want to read Colleen Hoover. Like, I want to do like one of those vlogs where I just buy like 6 of her books and I just like devour them.
Yeah.
Maybe Christmas season.
Yeah.
Maybe Christmas season is the season to do that, like December.
Yeah, I definitely want to read one of her romances.
Yeah, like I have It Ends With Us, which I think is one of her romances, but I haven't heard like that is her best book either.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've heard good things, but I've heard a lot of good things about like Ugly Love that I really wanted to start with, but it didn't work out that way. So
yeah, I have It Ends With Us to read for family book club in a couple months.
Oh, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
Because your family's trying to get you to not read the books they're trying to plan.
Yeah, so we had to plan like 5 months ahead.
Sydney, you can't read these books, okay?
Just read too fast. Sorry.
Yeah.
Compared to them, at least.
That's true. I totally forgot to like get the timer set up beforehand. So I'm just doing that quickly. At least it's in the second tab. That's good enough for me. Time is it? 8:20. Well, it's 8:20 my time. Do we want to sprint yet, or do I don't know why I stumble over my words so much recently. Or we can hang for a little bit. We can really do whatever. I want this to be chill. I don't want, to feel like we have to sprint 46 times. So
yeah, I'm cool with whatever. We can keep chatting if you want.
Yeah, I There was something I was going to say. And this always happens to me. Every single time. Like, oh, that would be so good. And then, no. My brain just says, yeah, no. Oh my gosh. Oh, I remember what it was. Okay. How does this time work for everybody? Because I'm thinking about doing like weekly sprints at least once a week, but I'm trying to figure out like what times are best for most people.
Mm-hmm.
I did one on Monday during the day, and then now I'm doing one in the evening on a Friday. So I'm very limited, I feel like, on nights right now. Next week that'll be different, but I don't know. Cindy, how about you? Since you'll be joining me probably half the time.
I like this time. Nighttime is just more cozy for me, and that's what I like. That's when I like to just like cozy up with the book, and so it's like prime reading time for me right now. And yeah.
I think nighttime is usually prime time for me too, as far as reading goes. But then at the same time, it depends on the night, because if it's a night that Jonathan is home, he's not wanting me to sit there and read for hours. He wants to do something with me. Like, he's like, can we watch a movie, or can we like play a game? So I have to like pick a sweet spot.
Oh man, your husband actually wants to hang out with you?
Oh. Oh no, I hope Riley's not listening.
I'm kidding. I don't mean that about him. I think that's funny because I'm usually that to him, because Riley, like he's good with just like sitting and doing our own thing, but like together kind of.
Yeah.
But I just think that's funny, like that your husband wants to like play games with you. It's so cute.
Yeah. I try to like, it's funny. We're trying to like create like this, because I think me working at home makes it really hard for like him to be like, okay, she's working, instead of like, she's just home. I'm like, no, I'm working, like I'm getting stuff done. And I don't think it like renders for him. So like anytime I'm home, he's like, great, let's do something. And I'm like, no, like this is my work time. Like at this time I'm done. I will close the laptop. I will come hang out with you. So, but I also think nights for him, like he, in his head, like nights like is no work, but nights sometimes are work time for me. So we're still learning the balance of it all.
Yeah.
This time's great. I would love weekly sprints. Great. I also would love weekly sprints. This time is great. I keep missing all of the EU booktuber sprints because it's in the afternoon. Yay, time zones. Oh, what time zone are you in? That is helpful for me to know. I also am just curious to know. Same evenings are my cozy reading time. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so night.
Yeah, it's such a vibe at night, because then I can like turn on my fairy lights and everything else is just like,
yes,
I don't know. It's so much better than when like the sun is so bright. It just kind of kills it sometimes.
It does. Yeah.
Especially like for the season. Like in summer, I like to read during the day because I'll be like reading outside by the pool, or it's just like all different, you know?
Yeah.
But for the fall, I like this time.
Yeah. I think once my bookshelves are like moved and it's a more like cozy spot, I'll definitely like nights. But I think for me, it changes all of the time.
Yeah.
Because it's also a matter of like, again, at nights, that's when Jonathan's like, let's hang out. And I'm like, I do want to hang out with you, but I also really would like to read this book. So maybe you can sit next to me while I read this book and you can watch the movie. I don't know. I guess the same as yours. I'm in Quebec, Canada. I think it's the same as New York. Okay. Yes, I'm not good at time zones, so you're probably right. But yeah. I feel like there's not a lot of people in my time zone though. But maybe it's just because the people
you're the same as New York though, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm central, so 1 hour before you.
Yeah. I don't know why I feel like there's not many people in my time zone, but maybe there is. I just made myself think that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
EST, Florida gal. Okay, me too. Also in Florida. So same time zone and state. Look at that. Sometimes I wish I was in CST because for some reason that just seems like the prime time zone to me. But I
Yeah,
think it's because I think it's only from being friends with you that like by the time that like I'm winding down, like you're not there yet. And I'm like, okay, wait, she's still being productive though. Like, but
yeah.
then I'm like, Janelle, you got up earlier. And I'm like, no, but see, she's still being productive right now.
At least it's just 1 hour too, because like if I was still living in California, that would be 3 hours.
I think 3.
3 hours.
Yeah, that would be the worst for me.
That's a big difference.
Yeah. And then we wouldn't be able to have like our movie nights and stuff because
Yeah.
it would either be not nighttime for you or it would be like 3:00 in the morning for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just find time zones so interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, the world is moving at a different speed than I am right now. I mean, some people are sleeping at this moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people are fast asleep right now.
Yeah.
Some people are just now waking up.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Sprints. Which is speaking of sprints, do we want to start some sprints?
Yeah, we could do the first one.
How long does everybody want to sprint for? We can do literally however much time. I feel like 45 and ends up always being like the sweet spot for sprints. But I also am not trying to be like a dictator over here, so we can do whatever.
Yeah. It is your channel though. What'd you do on your last sprints?
I think we did all 45s last time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
45.
45, 45.
Sounds good to me.
I can do 45. Let me see if this will. Okay, it is set to 45. I'm going to share my screen, and Sydney, I don't think you were on here the last time on Monday, but some of you might have been last Monday, but the timer went off for one sprint, and I like stopped sharing my screen or whatever, and I was talking for like a straight like 3 minutes maybe, and like I was on mute the whole time. I'm just talking, and people in the comments are like, "We can't hear you," but I like didn't see the comments, and so I'm like just talking. Like I'm just talking about the book. I'm talking about all these things, and I'm like, "You idiot, Janelle!" I'm like, "What are you doing? Yourself." So now I like will not forget. Now,
Yeah.
it's just burned into my brain. I like 40, 45. 60 is a lot, and 30 is not enough. I feel you actually. I feel like once it's an hour, I'm like, like okay.
I was asleep by that point.
Yeah. Yeah, and then 30, I feel like I don't have enough time to like be invested in my book. Like by the time I'm invested, I have like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Weird. Okay, let me share my screen. I don't know why I always have to click so many things. It's like a process. Okay. Is bigger. Perfect. Okay. 45 minutes. First sprint. Happy reading. Okay. Hello. How did everybody do? I ended up not listening to my audiobook of White Smoke because I didn't feel like sitting there listening. So I started reading The Nature of Witches and I got to page 230.
I was hoping it wasn't like 300.
No, I think that's impossible.
I got to page 195
Okay.
because I got a FaceTime call from some family, and
Oh,
so I talked to them for a little bit and took my dog out with Riley, and then I made some ramen. So
yeah.
I did all of that and then still managed to read like 30 pages.
Nice. That sounds pretty productive to me. By the way, for anyone who is interested of my thoughts on Nature of Witches, I actually I enjoy it. It's pretty fun. It's just reading a little young for me, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm struggling there, but as far as the story and characters, I'm having a really good time. It just definitely is feeling like a YA. So
Yeah, I feel like the characters too, even or just at least the main character, she's really moody, which I guess can make sense for her character because of she's a witch of all the seasons, so
Yeah.
moody is definitely something she would be. But with it feeling like it's written like YA, it's kind of like an annoying teenager, angsty, moody type thing, which is kind of annoying. But I'm in the same boat as you. I'm enjoying it. It does read a little different than I was expecting, but I'm not hating it. So
yeah, I agree. Hello, Bailey. Welcome. Hi,
hi.
Bailey.
Katie just gets hi, Katie.
For anybody who doesn't know, that's my sister. That's why she gets that kind of hey. But hi. 20 pages. I also got my night lunch ready. Yum.
Oh, nice.
What did you make?
Yeah.
I'm curious to know. Yeah, I am so tired right now. But I'm gonna have to make something in the next sprint, like a coffee, a tea.
Yeah, some kind of pick me up. My ramen is my pick me up.
I like it. I like it.
It's also perfect because it's really cold outside. So when I came back from taking my dog out, I was like, I need something hot to eat. So I was like, we have ramen. I'm gonna make that.
I love it. Yeah, I have a pomegranate and I really want to break it open. But it's just so messy and it takes so much time.
Yeah.
So I might just wait till Jonathan gets home and ask him if he'll do it for me. I just finished the last 20 minutes of the second Percy Jackson movie. I love that. Have I ever seen the second one? I think maybe I have. I don't know. I'm going to finish my last 4 pages of this chapter, close my vlog, and then shower. At least I'll have read 2 chapters. I love that. Yes, productivity. I read 1 chapter, but I came in the middle of the sprint. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm glad you'll be here for the whole one next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really gonna need something. I'm struggling, which is so weird because it's 9 o'clock.
I was struggling at 6:30. So
I think for me though, today, the weather has been so stormy, it's outside, and then tomorrow it's supposed to storm all day long.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So that doesn't help my energy at all.
Mm-hmm.
As far as reading vibes, it's perfect. But
yeah, and even with it getting dark so much sooner now too, that always messes with me.
Yes, I'm just it's rough. I'm usually wired at this time. I am ready to do things. I also feel for some reason when I go live, it's my energy is
yeah.
It's my body is shutting off. I'm what are you doing? I'm
yeah.
Cool. Like,
I need you, buddy, come back. I need
yeah,
you.
I'm like, please.
I totally get that.
Yeah. Honestly, the movies aren't great, but I was in the mood for some Percy Jackson without rereading the books at the moment. I feel that. Yeah, the movies definitely aren't great. I think that's why there's only 2 of them. I think the budget just went down, and they were like, yeah, we're not going to make any more of these.
I've not seen the movie or read the books, or I don't know anything about Percy Jackson.
I don't know how the books are. I haven't read the books, but I've seen both of the movies for the first and second book, and I liked the movies. As far as like if it's a good movie, like it's not really like the best movie, but like it's a vibe. But yeah, I really do want to read the books though. Maybe that's something I'll add to like my 2021 goals. 2022. Oh my, it's gonna be
I know, I just whack. It's crazy.
Weird. I remember saying, like at the start of 2021, which feels like 4 days ago, I was like, oh my gosh, Jonathan, we're getting married this year. Oh, we're past that.
Time is crazy.
That was really weird for me, actually, like after the wedding, like on the plane to Hawaii and talking about the wedding, like as if it was behind us. It was just the weirdest feeling ever because for like 8 months, that was like our life, like planning for this huge wedding. And then it literally was over in like the blink of an eye. And then we're on the plane and I'm like, we got married yesterday. Weird. Strange.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Yes. Mac and cheese really hits the spot though. I have some boxed mac and cheese in my pantry right now. I always have that on hand.
Yeah, it's a good go-to.
Yeah. I can't wait for the TV series that I believe Riordan is working with Disney on.
Oh, interesting.
That should be fun, hopefully. I don't know how much the author had in the movies, but I hope it's much better. Yeah. And then maybe you can do that instead of reading the books. You can just watch the TV show.
Yeah. It'd be cool if it was animated. I feel like I'd watch it if it was animated.
Yeah, that would be fun.
But I don't
know. Jessica asked, can you explain what sprints are? Yes. So essentially we chat. Like when I first go live, we'll chat for like the first 20 to 30 minutes. And then we'll set a timer. And for the amount that the timer is on for, we read together. We all are reading something different. And then once the timer goes off, we take another break and we chat, talk about what we read, kind of thing. It's like a little reading party with friends. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know what reading sprints were until probably like 4 months after like being a part of BookTube. And then I was like, reading sprints. I was like, what are they doing? And I like clicked on one and I'm like, I was like really confused, but I was never brave enough to ask. And so I was like, I'm not going to say anything. I'll just sit here and figure it out.
I remember when I was like searching YouTube, I was looking for this type of thing. And I would like search like read with me or like reading party or something. I didn't know that it was called reading sprints. But then once I finally stumbled on Mel's, she was the first ones I found. I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for. So they've changed my life. Like I love them.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I always see people on, I think mainly Mel's sprints because I feel like she's the most active as far as sprints go. But I feel like in hers, there's always people in there that are like, what are sprints? What are sprints? And I'm like, I literally remember being that person.
There's a lot of like smaller booktubers who go live pretty often for sprints.
Yeah. So. I think it's a really popular thing to do, especially like this time of year. I feel like people are doing them more and more because it's like holiday season kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that I've done so many sprints, like I can't imagine like life without them.
Right. I know.
Like this is like normal.
Yeah.
Jessica said, oh, I love that. It's super fun. I think I found sprints through Mel as well. Yeah.
I feel like maybe she was one of the first people to do it, and then a lot of people just like figured out how to do it as well.
Yeah. I also wonder if maybe she was one of the first like big
Yeah.
booktubers to do it, because I know that like other people had probably done it before her, but she probably was the one that like most people saw because
Yeah, maybe.
more subscribers or whatever.
I'm not sure. Possibly.
I was on your last reading sprint, but I had no clue what it was, so I left. But I'm glad I gave it a second chance because I love both of your channels. I'm a new subscriber.
Aww.
I love that. Welcome.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, so glad you're here. Yeah, but now you know what they are, so now you can join.
Now you can read with us on Friday nights. Or whenever these happen. But
I know, whatever works.
this is how I like to spend my Friday night.
Yeah, me too, honestly. My hubby used to judge me for getting on sprints, but he always watches people gaming, so he stopped judging me.
Right?
Yes. My husband also thinks it's really weird. Well, he's a little bit more accustomed to it now. I should say more like my sister, who was just on here. I don't know if she's still on here. But I remember FaceTime. I stayed at my parents' one night while Jonathan was out of town, and I was FaceTiming Sydney, and we were reading like while on FaceTime. And Katie's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm reading." She's like, "But Sydney is just sitting there on FaceTime." I'm like, "No, she's reading too." She's like, "What's the point of even FaceTiming?" I'm like, "Okay, clearly you don't understand.
You don't
You don't have friends like me, okay? So go away." But I think it's because like readers, they just don't get it. But then when you're a reader, you're like, no, this makes total sense.
True. And like, yeah.
Because my mom thinks it's weird too. When Katie said something about it being weird, she was like, "Yeah, I think it's weird too." I was like, okay. So I guess I'm just the weirdo of the family. Yeah. Yeah. Jonathan, he's really weird when I am live, which is why I try to do them when he's like not around, because he wants to like our apartment's really small, so like there's not really many places I can go that he's not. And then I feel like anytime I'm trying to go live, he like needs to cook something or he needs to do something that's really loud. And I'm like, can you not? And then even when I'm just on somebody else's sprints, like there's been so many times where I've been on Mel's sprints and he'll come out and he'll like stay away from the camera, like away from the laptop. And I'm like, she can't see you. He's like, how do you know? And I'm like, because I'm in her sprint. I'm like, she can't see me. I'm like, I'm only in the chat. But like he thinks like she can see him or something. And so he was like really weirded out the first time. I was like, she can't see you. Both of y'all's current reads, Nature of Witches, we're buddy reading, as always.
Yeah.
We just sat down last night. Was it last night?
2 nights ago.
Oh, 2 nights ago. And we planned all of our reading for the month because we have like 4 buddy reads for this month.
5. Got 5.
You have 5?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We have 5 buddy reads for this month. So we had to plan them all out. Yeah. It was, we do this often. We just plan our reading together. I'm trying to think of what I want to eat with my tea. Like, do I want to go through the hassle with the pomegranate? Do I just want to grab a sugar cookie? Do I want to cut up an apple?
Sugar cookie.
I know. My mom made them. They're like Halloween sugar cookies that I guess she made for my sister to decorate at this Halloween party she was throwing. And I guess they didn't end up decorating them. So she sent them home with me. And I was like, I don't need all of these, but thank you.
That's funny.
I want to buddy read with someone, but none of my friends are readers. That is tough, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, before Sydney and I met, this was my struggle. Like I was like nobody around me read. I have like one person in my life, like in my city where I live. I don't know how to describe this. That I know personally, that she reads, like she likes to read, but she's not like as big of a reader as I am. So she's not always reading a book. And she enjoys like a lot of like in my opinion, very bland, dense books. So, yeah, I
didn't used to have friends who read either until I joined the booktube community. Now I've got tons online friends.
Yeah, that's me too. I would highly recommend, if you haven't, to join a Patreon of some sort, because you meet lots of people through there, and that's not how me and Sydney met, but we did end up in the same Patreon.
Yeah, through like Bookstagram, just reach out to people who have similar, reading tastes as you, or even not, and just try and make friends that way. Can be hard, but
yeah. I mean, I merely reached out to Sydney because she had, you guys know Up, the movie, Pixar? She had Up references in her wedding, and so did I. And I was like, yeah, I'm about to be friends with this girl. I threw my whole TBR out. I'm feeling so moody that I'm just going to bring it. Honestly.
For November already?
It's November 5th. She's like, I'm done.
I love that, though. I love that.
Yeah. That's what I did for October. I was like, I'm not even going to act like I'm going to stick to a TBR. I'm reading what I want to read.
Yeah. It's good.
5 buddy reads. Wow, I didn't even do my November TBR. Just continuing my ongoing read so far. 7 books behind my Goodreads goal. Oh, Goodreads goals. Gosh, I changed mine so many times throughout the year so that it wouldn't say I was behind. Like, anytime it was like, you're 9 books behind schedule, I'd be like, no, we're changing the goal. I was like, don't tell me that. And then once I got ahead, like right now I'm like multiple books ahead. So I changed my goal to something higher, and I'm still like ahead of schedule. I'm just leaving it. I finally finished homework and was able to join. Yay!
Hi, Anna.
So glad you're here. And boo homework. So glad it's over. I'm always scared to reach out to people. Yeah, it definitely can be really weird. I think I got lucky because Sydney totally could have been like, I'm not answering this girl. Like, she's trying a little too hard. I was actually worried about that. I was like, oh, dang it. I was like, I don't want to sound desperate, but like, I'm just desperate for a friend.
And I'm not the type of person to do the reaching out. So I got lucky that Janelle reached out to me. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely scary because I feel like it's easy to like, I feel like there's a fine line. Like, you can either be like, oh, she's really friendly, or like, okay, she's a little crazy. Like, she's really coming at me right now. Well, I don't know where the line is, to be honest with you, because I feel like I'm the crazy one. That's like, okay, this girl is absolutely psycho. Like, I'm not.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Hi guys. I hope you guys are having a great night, or whatever time zone you're in. Yes, night for me.
Yeah, night for me too.
I feel a slump kind of poking its head, so I'm going to pick up some smutty romance and a few middle grade reads for some fun. I love this because slumps I hate so much. As I don't really know about smutty romance. I don't really know that category very well. But if you haven't read The Love Hypothesis, put it in your Amazon cart right now. And
I think she did read it. I think because she responded to me on Instagram about it being my favorite book of the month, and she's like, "I'm so happy you enjoyed it." So I think that she already read it.
Oh, I think that's why the reading slump is coming on then.
How about you reread it?
Yes, I'm so serious. During the month of December, I'm picking it up again and I'm reading it again. I
really want to read it too. I love how she has two totally opposite sides of the spectrum here, though. Smutty romance and middle grade. I think that's so funny.
I know. It's like we're getting real rated R, and then we're getting like G. I did it. I loved it so much. Yeah. I think that might be why the slump is coming on then. It's got to be like a book hangover or something, because I was really worried about that after that book. I feel like good books can either send me like, yes, let's go to the next book, or like nothing is ever going to amount to this, so I'm just giving up.
That's how I feel like I'm gonna be when I pick up my next romance, because I read a thriller. We both read Rock Paper Scissors after.
Yep.
So it was totally different. But I feel like next time I try to read a romance, if it doesn't live up to this, I'm going to be like, ugh.
Yeah.
Not knowing what to do, you know?
Yeah. Rated R and wholesome. Yes.
Yeah.
That is a huge spectrum. Oh gosh. I'm blaming King of the Curse for this slumpish. That's another one that I'm supposed to read this month. Actually, we're buddy reading that this month.
Probably.
And I've heard this about Kingdom of the Cursed. That like it just really is catching everybody off guard with its.
Dang, I really want to get to it. Like,
I know
what happens.
I know. Although I did read like 30 pages into it last month, and I had to put it down because I just wasn't there mentally. Mm-hmm. And it already started off to where I was like, this is an interesting approach. So I'm excited for it.
I can't wait.
Okay, but when The Love Hypothesis first came out, I definitely said I'll never read that. But now I'm like, maybe I should. I was the same way. Mm-hmm. It come out, and I was like, I'm not reading it.
Yeah.
And somebody said Kylo Ren and Rey fan fiction, and I was like, okay, I might dip my toes into that. And then all the hype just kept coming, and I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah, I didn't even get it for the September box for Book of the Month or whatever, and I was like, nah, it just doesn't look interesting to me. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that I got it the next month because I don't know, like my life would be empty if I never read that book.
Yeah, honestly. I can't imagine having not read it.
Yeah, that's so funny. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Simone said the same thing.
Yeah. And honestly, I feel like The Love Hypothesis is like it's like almost like it's starting its own cult. Like everybody's just like, yeah, Love Hypothesis.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad I'm on the inside because I hate being on the outside. Like with this whole Kingdom of the Curse thing, it's like, it's driving me crazy. I'm like, gotta read it. Having a novella on deck when I feel a slump helps me push through. That is a good idea. I'm a big like graphic novel manga person when I'm feeling really slumpy because it takes like 30 minutes to an hour to finish. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know if I have if I even own many novellas. Maybe I looked. Hello.
Yeah.
That was me to Jessica. I had no interest in. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. I was in the same boat. I really was. I love romance, so definitely check into it. Yes. I am not a huge romance person. I'm not. And it is my new all-time favorite book. So if that tells you anything about this book.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was texting Sydney about it, and I was like, I think this is my new favorite book, like, of all time. And she's like, over fantasy. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, I don't know what's happening. It was so good. I'm the opposite with graphic novels. I despise them.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of them either, but I guess it depends.
Yeah.
I don't usually like go for them. I'll never like pick one up really that often.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is like the accomplished feeling after finishing it, like because I start it and finish it so fast. I think for me being like a goal-oriented person, like the fact that I can finish it in like 30 minutes, I'm like, yes, I love this. But yeah. I mean, I also like pictures, but I also notice that when I'm reading a graphic novel, I'm not ever really looking at the pictures. Like I'm just reading the words and flipping the page.
Yeah.
So maybe I just need like a short book written in verse or something.
Oof, I don't know if I like verse either.
I don't. I just like to finish books sometimes though.
Yeah, no, I get you. But I don't know, like I don't know. I usually always just want to read a novel, but
yeah. Yeah. I've read 2 books, maybe 3 in verse, and 1 out of 3 was good. And it's because the one I listened to on audiobook, and it was Elizabeth Acevedo, so it was good. But like I read 1 book in verse and I was like, because I feel like books written in verse, they're supposed to be kind of scattered, like almost like scattered thoughts. Mm-hmm. But There's one that I read and it was too scattered. I was like, what is this? Oh, it was terrible. It was not good.
Mm-hmm.
I just got Lore Olympus today in the mail, and it's stunning. I don't know why I was about to read at the mail, and then I was really struggling there. I love that for you. I just love getting books in the mail.
Yeah.
I just can't help but smile. Like, there's been times where, like, I just come home and there's, like, a book on my doorstep. Like, I just know. Like, it's an Amazon package, and I'm like, stop. A kind soul has just gifted me this, and it just fixes all my problems. I'm going to get ready for work. Thanks for the sprint. Hope to catch you again some other time. Thank you for joining. I don't know if you're still on. That was a few minutes ago, but thanks for joining.
Have a good night at work.
Yeah, I hope your night lunch is delicious.
Yeah, that too.
I guess I just don't really understand graphic novels. Like, maybe if I was properly introduced. Yeah, some of them aren't great. I'm trying to think. I really like Paper Girls, those graphic novels. It's like a sci-fi kind of. That one I really enjoy, which I'm not a huge sci-fi person either, but those are really good. And the graphics in there are really nice because they're like colorful and like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like those a lot. I also admire audiobook people. I am a more visual person and get distracted easily, so audiobooks just don't work well for me.
Yeah.
I'm not the best at audio either. I try. Yeah. I really do try. And then there's some that I'm like, I can't. Just turn it off. I start to just like kind of zone out.
And then I'm a terrible listener. So
yeah, it just becomes background noise sometimes. And I'm like, no.
But I still do it. I still just push through and pretend that I know what happened.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's probably why some books that I'm like, yeah, I was just really confused by this book. It's because I listened to it on audiobook, and it has nothing to do with the book. It's literally just because I can't pay attention.
Yeah.
Although White Smoke has been pretty good. I've been pretty good at it, and I think it's because it's kind of spooky. So, like, I can't help but, like, not pay attention to it.
That's what I think, too. Like, if I were to be listening to an audiobook that was, like, really good, or just, like, that book was really good, then I think I would be totally fine. I think, for whatever reason, every book I do end up listening to on audio is just not great. I think that could be it, because, like, it would hold my attention if it was good.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
It should be, like, really good.
Yeah, and I feel like I always zone out at, like, the worst times, too. Like, there's been moments in White Smoke where, like, this really intense scene is happening, and then we transition into, like, something calmer, but I miss the transition. And so, like, I'm still in this, like, oh, that was so scary. And I'm like, wait, how did we get here? Darn it. I'm like, I zoned out again, and then I have to go back and do it all the time. I prefer audiobooks for mostly nonfiction or any books I'm struggling to physically read. Yeah. Nonfiction I can do because I listen to podcasts sometimes. And for some reason, podcasts and stuff like that, I don't zone out. But I think as soon as it's fiction, it's like my brain is just like floating.
Yeah.
I know Janelle is more of a fantasy person, but Sydney, what's your favorite or go-to genre?
Thriller. That is my favorite and my go-to. But I do like romance too. Yeah. But I think thriller more.
Yeah. Thriller is good. I just can get addicted easily. And then I'm also like, I feel like I'm a scaredy cat deep down. Like, I can read them, but then for some reason, like when I'm going to bed, I'm like, oh, darn it. I'm like, why'd I do that to myself? I like get scared.
I just love it.
Yeah.
That feeling, like especially at nighttime.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I like it now. I think that I am married and I go to bed like with another human there, and I'm like, okay, I'm not by myself. Yeah. But I remember when I still lived with my parents, and anytime I'd read something scary and sleep in my room by myself, I'd be like, no. And I'd be like, Katie, I'm like, Katie, can you come sleep with me? She's like, why? I'm like, just come sleep with me and love it. Okay, it's gonna be fine. Just don't ask questions. I'm like, just hang out with me. I'm like, oh my gosh, but But yeah, Jonathan's there. I'm like, okay, it's fine. And I think it also helped that like he's a man. So I'm like, if anything can happen, like I'm safe. Like I'm safe. It's okay. Like everything's fine. I feel like if I was at like a sleepover with like one of my girlfriends or something, it would be a different story. Because they'd be like, like I'm throwing you to whoever's coming in the door. Like you go leaving. I'm too scared for thrillers. They're scary.
They're so good.
They are though. They're like addicting, but like they are
those types of books, like thrillers, are like the only ones that I can read like nonstop.
Yeah.
Every other book I will always like sit down and take a break from for a while. Like even romance, sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take a break. But thrillers just make me want to keep turning the page, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't stop. It's so good.
Yes. Like when I need to finish a book really fast, I'm like, okay, I need a thriller off my shelf because I can sit for hours, and it's like it's always a cliffhanger, so it's like you feel the need to keep reading so you can keep getting like little bits of closure. Yeah, I feel you on that though. Like any other book, it takes me longer to get through because I'm like, okay, because the story lulls at points, which like isn't bad, but like in a thriller,
like a fast-paced thriller where there's like no like slow down at all. It's so good.
Yes.
I even love to read it on my Kindle. Like even as opposed to a physical book, I'll read on my Kindle because I'm just constantly like I keep just pressing and pressing.
Next.
Just doesn't stop. Like I just don't.
Yeah.
So, that's how I read No Exit, and that's why I freaking love that book.
Yes. So good. I actually discovered fantasy last year because of BookTube because I only read romance. Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of me too.
It's
a whole new world when you discover BookTube.
It really is. Yeah. Like I feel like people on the outside like always think like, oh, readers, like you're such nerds and you have to wear glasses and have braces to like books, like all these stereotypes. And then I feel like I got into the book community and I'm like, there's girls who are freaking makeup gurus out here who like to read. And I'm like, whatever. I don't know. Like I feel like I walked into the book community and I was like, oh, what? I was like, I fit right in.
Yeah, I felt that too. I was like, oh, I'm home.
Yes. And then like I feel like it also surprised me that everybody was so normal. Like I don't know why I had this idea like I was like, maybe am I gonna be like the only normal one, maybe? But I'm also like crazy to an extent, so I don't know. But like then I was like, no, everybody here's normal. Like they're all
and they're so nice too. It's like the nicest place on the internet too.
Yes, everybody is so sweet. I have yet to meet someone in the book community who is nasty. Like I just haven't. I have not come across it.
Yeah.
I'm a total scaredy cat, but I love thrillers, which is weird because I'm scared of the dark. I'm scared of the dark though. Like in all honesty, like as soon as like Jonathan and I are going to bed and he turns out the lights, like I have to be in bed and under the covers before I let him turn out the light. I'm like, don't even touch that light right now. I'm like, I'm not ready. And then as soon as he turns out the light, I'm like, okay, quick, get in bed. Do not leave me alone in the dark. I'm telling you, I am a baby, but I will watch scary stuff, read scary stuff. It's weird.
Yeah.
All throughout high school, I was known as the girl who loved and only read romance. Now I've added thriller and others on, and people are like, who is she? I love this. Well, this was me even a year ago. Like I was like, if you watched any of my first videos, which if you haven't, please do not go back and watch them. Please do not. I even scrolled through the other day and I was like, what was I doing? But don't. But if you did in the past, I was like, only fantasy, like lots of like dystopian stuff is what I loved. And like now I'm like romance. Weird. I'm like, yeah, give me some romance. I always thought that romances were like really bland. Like any romance that I ever came across was like something that I was never interested in, and it was one of those like, duh, they're gonna fall in love. It reminded me of like the mass market paperback romances
Oh,
you see, you know what I mean?
it's
And you're just kind of like, no, like that's really cheesy. And then I found like real good romance, and I was like, oh, this is what it's
a
supposed to
whole new world.
be. Yes. You say do not. Now I kind of want to.
Yeah.
No. Oh my gosh, no. I am really glad that so many of you came after that because I wasn't okay.
It's
It's
still
not.
live into the public, so.
I know. I'm not even okay. It wasn't that bad. Like I feel like I was a little stiff because I wasn't really used to being in front of the camera, that kind of thing. But also like even just my thumbnails, you're like, what are you doing? I don't know.
Yeah, it's all like
Yeah.
how you evolve.
Yeah, and then down to like some of the fonts that I used that I was like, why did you pick that? You can't even read what that says. Like, I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like romances are sort of all the same. They definitely can mesh.
Yeah,
For
to an extent, but there's some really good ones out there.
There are, yeah. But I feel you on that because I thought the same thing. I was like, they're all the same. Literally, it's about two people that fall in love.
Yeah.
But then I've read some, and it's the tropes. It's the tropes that really do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even with the love hypothesis, I thought I hated the fake dating trip. I was like, do not give me that. Because I always hate in movies when it's like,
yeah, same.
They paid me to pretend to like you, but now I actually fell in love with you. And then the person gets mad. And I'm like, what? Like, I always hated that.
Mm-hmm.
So in books, I was like, I just assumed like I would hate the fake dating trope. And that is the love hypothesis. And it just, wow, it just really took my heart and just.
Yeah, you gotta find the authors that you really like too, because it really like depends on the writing, whether it's cheesy or not. And then you also have to like fall in love with the characters too, the way they write the characters.
Yeah, I feel like romances are definitely very character driven, more than plot driven.
Yeah,
but oh well, I saw some of my earlier videos and I wanted to yeet myself out the window.
Not yeet.
Oh my gosh, it hasn't even been a full year.
I feel the same way too.
Oh, listen.
It's funny.
No. Even thinking back to my first video, I know what my demeanor was like on the camera. Like I remember it, and I sat in a chair like this the entire time. The whole time. Like there was no body language, there was no movement, nothing. And I'm like, why people even subscribe? Like why? I don't get it.
It's for sure a learning curve. Simone says that she still feels that way too, and I feel that way sometimes too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Whoa. I just lost everything. Oh, there we go. I love the comfortability of romance. It's like a warm hug. Yeah.
True.
I love this description, actually. I feel like if it's a good romance, it's like a warm hug. If it's not, you're just
like
kind of
sticky, gross hug.
Yeah. I'm anxious, so romance provides security and comfort for me. Oh, I love that. I used to be a very anxious person in high school, actually. I struggled with anxiety a lot. Now it's gotten better. Now it's down to just like social anxiety. So like in very large crowds, I tend to just like shut down, like just absolute like everything turns off, and I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, please help me. But I'm getting better. Hello, love. Hi, SNA. Same Simone. Yeah. I really am learning to love romance like a lot. It's really great. Okay, we should probably do another sprint.
Yeah,
we're talking for a long time.
That was fun though.
Okay, is everybody good with 45 again? Also, oh my gosh, there is so many people on here. Hi to all of you, even if you're not in the chat. This is great. I love it. Yeah, I'm thinking 45.
45's good, yeah.
I need to reset this timer. Reset. Okay. Happy reading. All right. How was everyone's reading? I did okay. I cut up an apple and ate that. And I'm also drinking some tea. It's kind of cold now though, but it's okay. And I decided to pick a tea without caffeine. So I don't know what the point of getting tea was at this point. But I did listen to White Smoke while I ate and stuff. I'm now on page 264. I'm like at the end of a chapter. But yeah. What about yourself?
I did okay as well. I read maybe like, I don't even know how many pages. I'm on page 222 now, so not a lot. I think I started to feel a little tired, so I was reading slower that time. And then I don't even know what else I did. I guess I was on my phone for a little bit. I'll just read that.
Yeah, I do that too. I read this earlier, but thank you. We will have fun reading, and I hope you come back. Even though by saying that, that means you wouldn't have been on with me saying that. Hi, Zoe. Read 33 pages. Sounds pretty solid sprint.
What are you reading?
Yeah, what are you reading? That's the important question. Yeah, I'm definitely, I don't know what is wrong with my energy levels, but I want to read. So like I need my body to like get with me, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'm in the same boat too, because I'm trying to catch up to you at least or something, but I'm feeling myself like nodding off a little.
No. I feel like I'm at the point in this book though where like I have like less than 100 pages, I think.
Yeah.
Or I'm at like the 100-page mark. I have no idea, but I need to just finish this or White Smoke tonight. Like I need to finish a book, even if it's not on sprints. I just want to finish something.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, what time is it? It's almost not, or it's almost 10. I don't think I could finish this tonight, but just because I'm losing steam. It's like not that much, and it's so quick to read. I just don't think I would last.
Yeah. Not my type.
Oh, that sounds cute.
Does sound really cute.
I don't know what that is though.
And I am now thinking that I'm going to have an early morning. I don't know if I said this on sprints. I talked to Sydney about it. So to me, it just feels all the same. But I'm going to be moving my bookshelves over to this empty wall in my house and making it like a little library section for myself. And I'm going to be like unhauling some books and thinking about making a video out of it, even though I'm probably going to have another bookshelf video after Christmas because I'm supposed to get bookshelves for Christmas. So it's fine. We'll just load up the bookshelf videos. But I'm going to be unhauling a lot of books and taking them to a bookstore that's like 45 minutes from me and getting like credit so that I can shop there too. But that means that I'm going to have to get up, I say early, just like at a decent time in order to get it all done because it's going to take hours to get it all done and still make it to the bookstore before they close because they close at like 3:30 or something. So
it's a weird time to close.
It's really strange. So I'm thinking maybe we can do one more like shorter sprint and then call in a night.
Okay.
Since our, energy is not with us today. 37 pages read. I'm doing a tandem read of books 5 and 6 in the Throne of Glass series. I have not gotten that far in the Throne of Glass series. I've only read the first one, and I really enjoyed it. I just don't own any of the other ones to continue the series. So, have you read that yet?
I haven't read any of it, no.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know how you'd feel about it.
Really?
Yeah, because it's definitely like, it's definitely fantasy, which I know is not always your cup of tea, but I don't know. I feel like the vibe, you would have to read the first book because I feel like the first book is going to determine if you would finish the series or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you're tricky with fantasy.
Yeah. I haven't really found the type of fantasy I like to read necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, would you call this fantasy? What would you call this?
I think it's kind of fantasy because, I mean, she has magical powers.
She's a witch. Yeah, I don't know. I
Although,
guess like urban fantasy.
yeah, because the vibes of this book are so good, but sometimes they confuse me because like the nature of witches, so I'm picturing at this like prestigious school, like almost like a Harry Potter vibe. But then she talks about how at one point she's wearing like shorts and a tank top, and I'm like, wait, no. I'm like, you're not supposed to be wearing clothes. I'm like, that is not what I'm picturing, and it just like really catches me off guard. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I kind of just keep picturing Avatar, like with all the like water bending, pretty much, just
Yes.
like bending everything.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
That's,
I'm trying to like picture like what it looks like for her to be doing her magic because the way that it's described in my head, it's like she's doing some weird dance.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I got it. She's doing a dance. So I hope that's how it's happening because that's how I'm reading it.
Yeah.
It's
but yeah, I liked Kingdom of the Wicked too. So
yeah,
urban fantasy, nothing dense. Like is Throne of Glass dense?
it's not dense, but it's not an urban fantasy like
a bunch of new words, like world building and stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of that, but it's also like this. Well, from what I can remember, I read it a while ago, and I don't remember things half the time, but it's like a competition almost. So like she's competing with like all of these other warriors kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it either. Yeah. I'm gonna finish the ACOTAR series and read Crescent City, and then we'll see how I feel. If I want some more of Sarah J. Maas, then I will know where to go.
Yeah. I know I need to finish ACOTAR so bad, but again, I don't own the other ones, so that's my struggle. Honestly, with a lot of my series is like I read up to what I have, and then I just don't buy the rest of the series because for some reason I'm like, oh, it's a new series. Let me buy the first book in the next series that I need to not read because I'm in the middle of like 40 series.
Yeah.
Hi, you're not that late. We're gonna do like one more sprint, I think. But welcome. Glad you're here. Hi, I just joined. Happy I was able to make it. I am also happy you were able to make it. What was I saying? Oh, another thing about this book, I just like, I think I'm getting a little irritated that like we're staying in the same spot.
Well, like, the whole plot is very repetitive. Like,
yes,
I don't know what the climax of it is going to be.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it. Like, I think it's definitely like a self-discovery.
Yeah, very character based.
Yes, but which is funny because I felt like when I was first reading it, it felt like it was going to be plot driven, and I was like, okay, like we're going with the plot, and then now I'm like, okay, maybe it's not. But I also am I feel like just really bothered that like it's the same. Like I really picture it like she's going to the exact same place every single
Yeah.
time. And I'm like, pick a new spot. Like,
Yeah.
give me some other scenery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where you guys live, but do you get snow? I do not.
I do not really either. It's not normal for here, but last winter, we did get kind of a bit of snow for a couple days, but that was kind of rare. I guess that doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
I've only lived here for almost 3 years though, so
Yeah.
no.
I live in Florida for context, and Florida will never snow. I heard this is like a tale from 200 years ago, but
Mm-hmm.
I remember my great grandmother saying, she's like, yeah, when I was young, it snowed one time. And I'm like, Gigi, you're like 80. I'm like, so that was like 70 years ago. I'm like, I don't think it's gonna snow. Have either of you read Legendborn? No, but this is one I'm trying to prioritize because it was on my top 21 books to read in 2021, and I just have yet to pick it up. And I found it on audiobook on Script, so I think I'm going to try it that way. I attempted this book, and I want to say I read like 30 pages into it, and I just wasn't vibing with it. But I've heard that the audiobook is good, so I'm going to try that.
Yeah, I also have the audiobook for Scribd, but I would love to have a physical because it's so long. I don't think I could stay attentive for that whole audiobook. Plus, it's a really gorgeous cover and stuff, so I wouldn't mind getting it. But
Yeah. I have it physically. I just know that like I wouldn't be able to read it straight through physically. I don't think.
Yeah.
I would have to bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
I have about 100 pages left of the Love Hypothesis, and I love it. We were just talking about this.
I have mine on display on my desk because I just love it so much.
Mine is literally right there. I covered the maidens up. I said, who is that? Yeah, I love that. I just love that book so much.
Yeah.
I'm in northern Canada, and we were supposed to get snow on Sunday. Going to be a long winter. Last year we had a week of negative 40 degrees. No.
That's Celsius, though. What is that in?
That's cold. I think that's still negatives.
Negative teens or something. I don't know.
I don't know why my phone is not loading. Oh no, it's saying, why is it saying it's the same?
Ask Siri.
Siri doesn't like me. Why? I guess it's the same somehow. I don't get it, but that's cold. See, in Florida, when it starts to get like below 60, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I just asked Siri and it is the same. What?
I'm really confused. Anytime somebody says Celsius, it's way different for Fahrenheit.
Yeah, there's usually like a 20-degree difference or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird.
Strange.
Either way, that's freaking cold.
Yeah. You guys can come up to Wisconsin, lots of snow here. See, I think I like the idea of snow. I've gone to the mountains before with my family and we saw snow. But
live in it.
I don't think I could do it. I remember like we're like driving through the mountain and there was like a spot, like a lookout spot on the mountain, and it was covered in snow. And all of us Floridians are like, snow. Just like get out of the car. We like run over there. And we're like, trying to make snowballs and like throwing them at each other. And I remember like my cousin, I feel like you always see in the movies they're playing in the snow and it's like so fun. But I played in the snow, and then my cousin took like a handful of snow and just dumped it down the back of my like clothes. Yeah. And it was so cold, and I was like, I hate snow. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I like to be really warm though. Like I like to be like hot. So
yeah. I used to live in snow actually for a little bit when I was in college in northern Arizona. It actually snowed up in those mountains. and that was fun. Like, it was fun because it was like college too, so it was like walking to class in the snow. And it was fun.
I think snow looks so beautiful, and then I feel like when I'm in snow, it's painful. I'm like, my cheeks hurt, my nose is so cold.
Yeah, and then after it's like a couple days into it, and it's not fresh snow anymore, and then it's just like really gross and dirty.
Yep.
It doesn't look as good anymore.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, it's cold. Oh, Janelle, I read Kingdom of the Wicked and Kingdom of the Curse because of you. So good. Oh, I love this. Yeah, Kingdom of the Wicked. Yes, Sydney and I are actually buddy reading Kingdom of the Curse this month, and I am so excited.
I feel like we need to bump it up.
I know. I feel like instead of reading Inheritance Games starting on Monday,
let's just start it. Yeah, let's just start that.
Okay, that's the new plan. Forget
after we finish this, we'll start Kingdom of the Curse.
Yes, because everybody, that is like the 4th or 5th comment.
I know. It's a sign. We have to read it. Yeah, I've got it right here too.
Honestly. Popping on to say hi, and then not reading, but love you both. Hi, Day. I love you.
Hi, Day.
Miss Day. I know. We really need to read Kingdom of the Curse. Like, what are we doing?
Let's just start it now.
Honestly.
Next sprint.
Next sprint. Yeah, I don't know where mine is though.
I love it.
I know, I'm so excited for it. I need like my fantasy like itch to come back though. I feel like
Are you not there?
I feel like I'm getting there. Like, I think because of the nature of witches, I'm like getting back into like my fantasy feel.
Yeah.
But before this, I was like not in the mood for fantasy. Like, I was like, that's why I put it down, because I just wasn't feeling it.
See, actually says very 18 plus, and I did hear that. I think it was Simone who commented on one of my videos saying that this is very much more adult than Wicked.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I am too. I wonder if that's why the publisher changed.
Oh, true. Right.
When a lot of James Patterson's books that he publishes like for other authors, like it's usually YA. So I wonder if it was like
ready for some 18 plus content in here.
Right?
Oh my gosh, he has police. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. I loved Inheritance Games. It definitely isn't hard to figure out the riddles, but it's still a fun reading. Keep you on your toes. Yeah, I actually did start this. I'm 77 pages into that book because that's what I started to read. And then once Sydney and I did some reading planning, I realized that she was also planning to read it. So then I paused so that we could figure out our situation.
Yeah.
But I am really excited for that one too. Even just the first few pages that I've read, it gives me very much Knives Out vibes, like straight up the movie. Like, I just feel like I'm watching the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm interested.
Yeah. I want to rewatch that movie too, kind of before I read it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I loved the movie. I thought the movie was really, really good.
It was. So
I know. I want to watch that movie again now.
Is it on Netflix? I'm trying to remember where I watched it the first time.
I know. I think I watched it. I think it's included on. Is it included on Prime? I don't feel like I've seen it.
I don't remember where I watched it the first time.
I want to find out now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you have a Prime subscription, you can watch it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Which I just use my mom's accounts for everything.
Same.
Although my mom, I think, pays for Netflix where you only get it on like 2 devices at a time. So there's been multiple times when Jonathan and I will like go to watch something on Netflix, and my mom and my sister are on something, and like we can't watch anything. And then just the other night, because one time they were on something and Jonathan and I couldn't watch our show, and so I was like, oh, that's so annoying. And then just the other night, Jonathan and I were watching our show, and Katie was trying to get on Netflix but it wouldn't let her because I was using it and my mom was. And she was so mad. She's like, "You need to get off Netflix right now. This is our account. And you need to get the account." And I was like, fine, I'll get my own account. And then I texted my mom and I was like, "Do you want me to get my own account? Like, I'll get one." She's like, "It's fine." She's like, "Don't worry about it." She was like, "I just hopped off Netflix." I was like, so mad at me. And I was like, "I'm so sorry." But I almost wanted to be like, "Well, you remember that time that me and Jonathan couldn't get on? And you didn't, you just kept watching Netflix." Sisterly love.
Yeah.
I love that people say sisterly love because love is maybe not the right word in those scenarios.
I wouldn't know. I've only got brothers.
It's true. What is that like to only have brothers?
It's pretty chill.
That's what
I mean, it's good. We all get along, so.
Yeah. See, me and my brother are really close. He's only 2 years younger than me. So him and I, well, when he was in middle school, it was a little rough. But once he got to like the 8th grade to 9th grade, he like matured a little bit and we became like best friends. We still are like best friends. And I think a lot of it is because he's a dude and he just doesn't care. He's not particular about things. But like my sister and I mean, we are 7 years apart. Like she's 7 years younger than me. So there is a bigger age gap, but also I think because she's a girl and she is so particular and like it's her way or the highway, it is real rough.
Yeah.
What is both of your fave and least fave books of the year so far?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I think my favorite book of the year, actually, I'm going to say my least favorite first so that you can hate me for just a second and then you can end on loving me. Least favorite book of the year is definitely The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That is one of the books that is being yeeted off my shelf tomorrow. I can't with that book. I am so sorry if you love it, but I hate it with a passion. I can't stand it. So least favorite book, definitely.
You just went for it.
To that one. Favorite book, Love Hypothesis. Nothing else needs to be said.
You know, I want to say mine's like similar, but like I feel like I could go the same thing you just said, but I
feel like we've hated a lot of the same books. Yeah. I know. I want to see what else I've read.
It's hard.
I'm already seeing some books that I also hated.
I don't know if I want to say like my favorite has been like romance or thriller.
Ooh.
Yeah, like it's so different.
Yep.
I've been trying to think about that. I've been trying to narrow down what my favorites of the year have been, like my top for a video for the end of the year and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's hard.
It is so hard.
And there's been lots of books that I've like really hated, but like so much so that I don't even want to count it as like my least favorite of the year. Because like there was no favorite part of that.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like irrelevant, I think.
Yeah. I don't know if you read Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers.
Yeah, I did not like that. Did you?
I didn't like that one either.
Yeah.
I was going to say that is another one I did not like.
I did not like that. Oh. We Were Liars.
Oh.
Probably that one.
I am not even surprised, honestly. I've heard that about that book a lot.
Yeah. No, I did not like that one.
Yeah. But then like another one of my favorites is like what's it called? From Blood and Ash, like A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, like all stellar books that I read this month. Skyward by Brandy Sandy. Oh, Love that book.
Yeah, I would say my favorite is probably No Exit by Taylor Adams.
Yep. Yeah. I feel like the beginning of the year, I was really focused on the amount of books I was reading rather than like the quality of the books that I was reading. So I was just trying to like devour all these books. And then I like the beginning of the year started off really rough. I
Yeah.
didn't have like many favorites. And then I feel like about 5 months into the year, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I am picking up good books. I was like, I'm tired of this.
Yeah, that's one of my goals for next year is
Yeah.
to like make sure I'm reading for quality instead of quantity.
Yeah, me too. For sure. I'm the same way with my sister. We can get along fine for a little, and then it's like a flip switches, and we're fighting. Definitely a complicated relationship. Yes, I think it's a sister thing because as much as like me and my sister fight a lot, she's also one of the people that I can like joke the hardest with. Like I can laugh for hours with her, and it's really laughing at her because she is so funny, but also so mean sometimes. And she's also really creative. So this is another reason we don't mesh is because she's a very creative brain and I'm a very like administrative type A brain. And so like she's like the go with the flow and I'm like, no, here's the game plan. And so we just like, no, we collide so much. My sister's also 7 years younger than me, but
We are super close,
wears. Okay.
I think.
Oh, we are super close?
I think we are super close. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I am waiting. Me and my sister are close, but I'm also waiting for the day that like we're grown, I think.
Yeah.
And like it's more of that like best friend sisterly relationship because we can have it at times, but also I think because of our ages, it just makes it even like
Yeah.
harder to be friends the majority of the time.
And then once you're both adults, 7 years won't even matter. Like it won't feel like
Right. Exactly. Yeah. OMG, Sam, exactly the same with my sister. Yeah. I think it's like a sister thing. I don't know what it is, but it's so weird because even some of friends that I've had in the past that were so close that they were like sisters, it was never like that with them. It's like literally just because she's my biological sister that there's just I don't know what it is. She's really cute though. Like she's really cute and she's really nice. But I think just because it's me, she can get really bitey. But also I can too. So, it's fair game. Okay, let's do one more sprint. I'm thinking we'll just do like a 30-minute sprint instead of doing the whole 45 because I actually did not expect us to be sprinting this long. But I didn't mean to do that. Let me make this not 45 minutes. Okay, let's read and let the final sprint commence. Okay, how did everybody do on our final sprint? I somehow read almost 70 pages. I have no idea how I did that.
Are you just about done then?
I'm on 326.
Dang.
So, yeah. I was on like 260, I thought.
Dang. That's crazy.
Or maybe I was on like 264. So yeah, then like I don't know. I can't do math. It's fine. It's too late for math. How did you do on that one?
I read probably like 30 pages. I'm on page 255.
Okay, good. It's a good sprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I should finish editing my November Plan With Me video. All I have to do is the voiceover for it, which won't take that long. But I'm also like really tired. But if I don't do it tonight, then the video is going to be going up later in the day tomorrow, which isn't a big deal, but
yeah. Tomorrow's already going to be really busy too, right?
yeah.
So
We just have to crank it out tonight.
it doesn't take too long.
No, it takes like 3 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
I was reading The Love Hypothesis and I'm absolutely furious after reading chapter 14. Wait, like page 230-ish? Is it 230 or 260?
230.
I think it's like
240.
Yeah. I'm going to grab mine because I really want to see what you're talking about now. I don't know if that's chapter
230, yeah.
Chapter 14, yes. Oh my gosh, girl. Look at this. So when it started happening, green means angry. I just took my whole green, I dog-eared it. I put tabs on the whole scene. I just couldn't. Oh, I was so mad. Just wait like 30 more pages and you'll be the happiest girl alive. I'm literally serious.
For me too, like even before the chapter ends, before that chapter 14 ended, I was already like, oh, so sweet again too.
Yes, definitely.
Like the page after that.
Yeah.
Was even like, oh my goodness, is this a 3 for 3 one? Happiness.
It's true. I mean, I'm telling you, like when I was angry, like I was sitting on my island and I was throwing my pen at the wall. Like I just chucked it. And my husband's like, he like walks out of the room. He's like, you okay? Like, yeah, I'm fine. My book is just making me really angry. I was like, just leave me. I was so mad.
I was really happy that was like the big conflict in the story though. That it, wasn't anything like that you got mad at the main characters for.
Right.
Like no like miscommunication trope or anything like that. It was actually really well done the way they did that.
Yeah, I agree because I always hate in the books when you are just like I don't know, when you
just like love each other, just kiss.
Yes, like just why are you making this complicated? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciated that it was some other form of downfall. I need to read that book. It is coming in the mail tomorrow, and I feel like I'm going to drop every. Yes, you need to. I will support you in this. I don't know. I haven't gotten to show this because I haven't done my October wrap up. But can you guys just like see my tabs? Like it, and those are all like dog ears. Like oh gosh. Oh, I love it so much.
Are you kidding me? I killed it with them.
Yeah, so drop everything. I agree. For sure. Well, thank you, everyone, for coming to my sprints. Thank you, Sydney, for joining me
Yeah,
tonight.
it was so fun.
I am excited. I'm going to figure out what time I'm going to be doing sprints next week, but now that I know everybody prefers evening, I will shoot for that. I don't know which night, so
Yeah.
I'll figure that out, and I'll probably post more about it on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on my Instagram, that's where I do a lot of the voting and the polls for sprints. So yeah. But thank you so much for joining, everybody. I love each of you so much, and I will see you next time.